These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
A little bit healthier.
Well, that's good. Looks like
Yeah.
you're eating some Chex Mix.
Nuts,
Yeah, you are.
cashews, almonds, pecans, and pistachios.
I'll take two of the four. Two of the four are good.
Which two don't you like? Almonds and pecans is my guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd leave those two too if I had the. They're too hard. Or almonds are too hard for me. I don't like them.
You don't like hard nuts?
No,
So
I like a softer nut. Yeah.
Softer works better for you.
Otherwise, it hurts my teeth. Stop trying to make it dirty, Bert.
I'm not. I understand. I'm with you.
How many times did you say the word nut in the last 30 seconds?
No. Anyway.
Oh, episode 13.
See, I'm not glowing as much as you.
I have better lighting here, must be.
BarbecueSuperstore.com. Mm-hmm.
We're still not paying for plugs, so
I know. We'll work Rich down. Mark would do it, damn it.
I think they're doing okay on brand recognition with their recent successes at the Royal and the Jack. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So episode 13.
lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. Well, our seasons are coming close to an end ish. Somewhat. Some big announcement somebody's having.
Yeah, barbecue season's coming to an end.
Barbecue season is coming to an end.
And yes, I know everybody, we can barbecue all year round. It's not just a summer thing, blah, 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 blah.
It's just really flipping cold.
Yeah. Do it every day at 4:00 in the morning. So recreationally, yes, I love barbecuing all year round. As a vocation, it's less than desirable in the winter in Michigan. Farmer's Almanac is correct. It's going to be cold this year. Very, very, very cold this year. Well, we're off to a good start.
Well, I saw a meme the other day, actually yesterday, that said Michigan weather or Michigan temperatures are like Powerball numbers.
Pretty much.
Because it's supposed to be like 70 on Friday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Not over here. The last forecast I saw was like 50.
According to my cellular device, Friday or Saturday 69, Sunday 71.
Judas Priest. I'm just wondering what mine says. I haven't looked past the crappiness that has just been Tuesday through Thursday.
Tuesday 41, 43, 50, 60, 69, 71.
Yeah, so we're right there. We're 71 on Sunday too, 66 on Saturday, which I think is perfect.
Right.
But yeah, this week's chilly. It's going to be some chilly mornings.
It will be some chilly mornings. Nothing. I only have one at freezing, nothing below freezing yet.
Yeah, we don't have anything below freezing yet, which is good. I'm disconnecting my hoses every night.
Right. Exactly.
Anyways, how was your week, bud? It had to have been better than mine.
My week was I would say uneventful, profitable for the most part.
No trailer mishaps.
No trailer mishaps yet. I have to, after I'm done here, I have to go get a tire replaced from when the
rubbing issue.
Yeah.
From the suspension.
Yeah. They did tell me that I have an axle that's busted or that's bent a little bit, so that'll be a off-season thing. Anyway, so we made our first foray over to a place that we've never been before. Went to Battle Creek on Friday, and did a little called their night market. They do a bunch of them throughout the summer. For being as chilly as it was very good. we did good sales, almost sold out. There was another, I had probably the worst eating experience ever from another barbecue guy.
Oh,
There
boy.
was so there were 3 food trucks and 1 hot dog cart,
Mhm.
and a barbecue guy underneath the tent, and he was serving jalapeno poppers plus other things. But
Mhm.
yeah, and his pulled pork sandwich was like $3 less than mine, but whatever.
Who was it?
Black Market Smokehouse.
Okay.
So I'm a sucker for a good jalapeno popper, so why not? You don't see him every day unless you make them yourself or go to a cookout. So they're selling them for $2 a piece.
Okay.
Now there's no picture of them, so I didn't know what they look like. I'm thinking, bacon wrapped, or something you see at the store, something you see that you make yourself. And basically, it was just a cored out jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese. Is really all it was. And when I bought them, I don't think you saw my PB&J shirt that I was wearing pretty proudly. He's like, this will change your life regarding you'll never look at another jalapeno popper the same again. And he was right. He was absolutely right. It was a jalapeno popper, and all I tasted was vinegar. Right? Like vinegar. So I think what he did was he pickled them.
Mhm.
Maybe he cored them, pickled them in vinegar. There was no heat at all. That's why I think he pickled them. I understand the seeds have heat, but the pepper also has a little heat to it. There was no meat inside. It was just cream cheese, and he smoked them. Like, that was it. And it definitely changed my view of jalapeno poppers. Like, I think my worst was better than his best.
Wow.
We had a couple people come over and try theirs and try ours, and said ours was better. So I appreciate that. They did like his sauces. He had a wide variety of sauces. And we use our standard, 999 Judgment Day. But yeah, we did good. We did like 120 sales, I think was the final number on it. 112, sorry.
That was my total for the week.
Well, you were sick. Ish. You were sick of work. I understand. It happens. Other than that, yeah, we've got a food truck rally in Ann Arbor this coming Wednesday, and then we have our 1-year anniversary celebration this weekend. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun this week.
You got a big event planned for your celebration?
Yeah, we're gonna be at a local distillery that we've always done good at. They're promoting it, we're promoting it. So we're gonna have some special menu items that'll probably cause me not to make money that day, but might as well just celebrate 1 year.
It's an anniversary. You're not supposed to make money. You're supposed to celebrate. So
I think we're gonna do our Sam's Club actually gets full, or not full, but beef ribs in stock. So I think I'm gonna do some brisket on a stick.
all right.
Because what's weird though, I asked the guy, because their meat department, you see all the short ribs cut up into like little slices. He's like, yeah, we do that here. I'm like, oh, can I buy them not cut up? He's like, yeah, they're $3 cheaper. I'm like, awesome. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do probably there are 3 bones, so I'll probably do 12 bones.
Sell them individually, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, sell them individually. But I think that's kind of
$30.
that's kind of cool. 85 actually. No, I haven't figured out when I'm gonna sell them yet. But we'll probably do burn ends. This is the place that we always have to do nachos, because that's the only place I ever get asked about nachos.
Mhm.
And then I have one lady that comes out and gets like 4 orders of them for her family. I'm like, okay, I'll do nachos. So yeah, it's gonna
It's only there, but
be fun times. What you got going on?
well,
So
yeah,
you were sick. You were sick, and you're sick.
definitely sick.
COVID's over.
It wasn't COVID.
Monkeypox.
Probably. Angie called it Jades. So there. Josh AIDS.
Okay. Josh Shades. Okay. All right. I see what she did there. I'm
Yeah.
starting to like her more every day.
Yeah, that makes one of us. This will be the episode she listens to. So Monday we did the podcast, cooked everything Monday night. Tuesday morning, woke up again feverish. And sent Chris on his own for the day with Pam. Pam worked a little bit longer than she normally does to cover me. And I couldn't break the fever. Ended up at another 104-ish degrees on Tuesday. Yeah. So I made the call not to be open on Wednesday. And here's the problem with a barbecue truck is we get sick, we're done. We can't run, the truck can't run. If Chris lived next door to me or, a couple miles down the road, he has the know-how and the ability to do everything. But he doesn't. So unless he was going to pull the trailer up to Newaygo and all the stock and then do everything up there. And then having Pam work all the extra hours that she said she would do, but she doesn't want to, and I'm not going to make her. So didn't want to put the strain on the staff, especially after the extra strain from the debacle on Saturday with the wedding, and then having to pick up my slack on that day. So I went to urgent care Wednesday. They tested me. I was negative for everything. No flu, A or B, no COVID. Some new virus.
There's no test for Jades.
Yeah, there's no test for Jades. I asked them, I said, so what are we doing about the fever? Like, well, if it gets worse, come back in. So pretty sure if it gets worse, I'm going to be dead.
You die of a fever?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, your brain starts to boil.
Well, we all know neither one of us have that much up there to begin with. So.
Well, it got to 104 for me, and I had a hard time with basic motor skills.
Really?
Like
wow.
picking up a spoon was hard to do.
Huh.
So, yeah, it's not a fun trip.
No,
So, and that was, I was running a fever on medicine. So I was hitting Dayquil and Motrin alternating. This was, so 7 days I had a fever for 7 days.
Wow.
Of various degrees.
Crazy.
While on medicine. And couldn't get rid of it. So anyways, the doctor recommended me going to 3-hour intervals on medicine and then upping the dosage. So I was taking a shitload of Tylenol and Motrin every 3 hours. But it finally knocked it out. Pretty sure I need a liver transplant.
Well, that's the bourbon.
Yeah, probably. But that fever broke Wednesday night. But at that point, it was already late enough that I'm not cooking it for Thursday. So made the call to just stay close Thursday, allow myself another day to kind of rest and get caught up on stuff. So back open on Friday, which we had a catering thing for Rockford bands that night that was rescheduled from September. That was already paid for, so that amount doesn't hit our sales. So it's money going out that week, not money coming in that week. And then our lunch that we did was really quite shitty for whatever reason. I don't know. People stayed away because they thought I was still sick or they wanted to give it a couple buffer days. Friday was awful. Saturday we did Fall Fest at Wiseman, and that was pretty blah. I don't think they had the turnout they wanted. I think they are really struggling marketing wise. I think their focus right now is on distribution and on the backside of that business with the new stills they've been getting in and stuff like that, getting that stuff set up. I think front of house and marketing and filling that tasting room is a lower priority for them, and it's kind of showed that way, which is unfortunate.
Didn't you say in the beginning when we started this that they started their own food truck?
No, that's a different brewery, and we haven't been back there since we've been back there once to fill one of their gaps. But yeah, they no, Wiseman's been great. If it was up to them, they'd have a food truck there every day. But their stuff is phenomenal. It is top end spirits and seltzers.
Mhm.
But with craft drinks come craft drink prices. And if there's not a reason for people to stay there for more than a drink or two, they're not going to.
Yeah.
So there's no draw for people to stay there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a very expensive drinking day.
You go to the bar, get a bucket of beers.
Yeah,
you'll get drunk at a bar, but you won't get drunk at a craft place.
Oh, you will. I guarantee you will. But
drunk. I mean, as far as
right.
the amount of time that you have to be there.
Yeah. So I think if they can kind of redirect some focus and make each day an event type of thing, like some other places do. I mean, they do trivia on Tuesday nights, which still isn't a huge draw. But it's okay. I mean, there's special trivia nights like office trivia night, they're slammed, but they just do regular trivia and there's 10 people there. But yeah, I mean, live music or whatever, get some stuff in there to get people there. I think they'll be fine. But for us right now, outside of lunch, there's no reason for us to be there.
Yeah.
So, because they don't pull in enough foot traffic to make it worthwhile for us to be there. And our lunch business is all ours. Everything we get for lunch is people to come in just for us because they're not even open until, well, they open at noon, but that's only because we're there.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of people are going inside,
other
than just to sit down and eat because they allow people just to come in and eat.
Exactly.
So, yeah, as of right now, next year, it'll be a lunch only thing and it won't be on a Friday. So it'll be like a Thursday that we'll go there for lunch to get that business park.
Yeah.
Unless they can make some drastic changes over the winter, but we'll see. So yeah, that was Saturday. Was
not going to because it's the winter time. They're not going to focus on outdoor stuff. They'll focus on indoor stuff.
Well, yeah, but still, as long as they can get people into the bar, that'll be the key. That's what I'm looking for. Just people inside into their establishment. You know, if they start having events every night or something there every night, then I'll reevaluate whether or not we want to be there for dinners. But yeah. So Saturday was a disappointment, and then Newaygo, which we haven't been to in a couple of weeks, was okay, but numbers seemed a little bit low for traffic for whatever reason, and weather wasn't super great either. And it's October. I mean, we start seeing some decline in numbers right now for transactions, but was really kind of hoping on a big Newaygo day to kind of make the rest of the week not sting as much. But here we are on a new week, a full schedule and a healthy team, and we'll be it'll be a better week this week, hopefully. So
yeah, no, I mean this week is going to be interesting. My daughter turns 22 today, so we're
happy birthday.
And I'm still getting requests, so that's good. We did actually a block party yesterday for our little neighborhood that we live in. Mm-hmm. So many new neighbors. It's a pretty established neighborhood. It's not like there's no new constructions going on or anything. Which, talking about subdivisions, seems like subdivisions that have the really nice houses don't produce really nice paydays. But subdivisions that are like older are typically the better ones. So I'm talking with we have probably, I don't know, 75 homes in our area. We're right next to a country, or the country club in the area. No, I'm not a member, too expensive. Nice golf course though. But I had a sign made to vote for us for best food truck in Jackson. So, and I found out that one of my neighbors owns one of the local breweries downtown. Problem is they already have food. I said, hey, if you ever want to shut the kitchen down, let me know. We'll figure out a way I can park there. But met a lot of cool people that you see walking their dogs, but never get a chance to talk to. That was fun. I like block parties. Got to get to know people. But
Good.
our best food truck in Jackson week. We have 2 more weeks. So, and nobody knows what the results are because it's just a survey.
Right.
So we don't know like who's in the lead and who's not. My goal, as much as I would love to win it, would be to get at least top 3, because top 3 get a story about them in the local magazine, and then number 1 wins bragging rights, I guess.
Yeah, people get out and vote.
Yeah, you can vote every day as long as you clear your cache on your internet.
How do I do that on a Chrome browser?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's interesting. I mean, a lot of them, there's a lot of food trucks there, but this is what people asked yesterday how business is going. I said, honestly, better than I deserve. I guess this is a lot more than I ever thought I would do. It's more work, but it's been a ride so far. So sorry, just kept rambling there.
No, you're fine. Yeah, it is more work. I told you that though. Yeah, it was the same way. It was more work than I ever thought it would be. But
I haven't had the
different kind of work.
I haven't had the day of sitting on my trailer floor crying yet. I'm sure it's coming.
It's coming.
Sorry to bring up bad memories.
That's all right. It's been a while. Came close this last weekend though. Yeah, it's well, good, Skippy. Congratulations. I hope you win it.
So do I. Be
The
fun.
food's good, so it speaks for itself. And if not this year, it'll happen soon, for sure.
Yeah,
As long as we stay open.
And I'm teaming with for a couple events this year. I'm teaming with a vegan truck. I know, like you look at it, but their last name is Slaughter. I find that so great. Like it's so ironic that 100% plant-based food, their last name is Slaughter. But I'll tell you what, for vegan or for I'm not gonna say for vegan food, but I'll give them a shout out. Their truck name is Craveable. Great name. But it's when they say it's 100%, I mean there is no animal products whatsoever. And they're doing it right. They're making everything handmade. Like they're not using Beyond Meat. They're making their own hamburger patties. It's a family business. They got the whole family working there. They are incredible people and just a joy to know. And I can't. They always give me food, but I can't give them any food because but
they don't want it.
They have great hand cut fries too. Oh, what, a log just fall off?
I think a dog just startled himself awake. There was a balloon next to him.
Oh. So what else is up? What is there anything on a discussion today? What can we talk about?
I didn't have anything solid topics. Kind of wanted to continue a little bit, I guess, since we are nearing the end of the season, the typical food truck season. And as we are business owners and as we do have bills that continue to come through the winter for the business. Yeah, you should, right? You do? No? You don't have any recurring bills through the winter?
Well, not business wise. I'm 100% debt free with the business.
Well, yeah, but you don't
what do
have
I do?
I mean, I have Verizon service that goes through the truck. I have
okay.
insurance,
Yeah,
recurring bills.
Okay, you're right. Yes. So insurance, cell phone. I run my truck payment or my truck through the bill. So yeah, okay. I apologize. Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about debt. I mean, just regular
yes
business bills. I mean, your website, I pay monthly on it, I think, or something, or
yeah.
I still have to pay Square every month. And
Fucking Square. Did you
Are you feeling
know?
nickel and dimed yet?
Hey, actually, since you have Square and
Yeah.
you're probably doing a lot better than I am, you run more.
You want to know how much I've paid them in credit card fees?
No. Did you know? Have you ever talked to your account rep?
No, not at once.
Okay, so I was told by another guy that if you get up over a certain amount in sales, you can renegotiate your price.
Oh yeah.
And supposedly that sales total is 250,000. I'm not near that, but I don't know if you are, but you might want to call him.
Yeah, I have we crossed that threshold for the second year now. I'm just curious what I paid them. I think it's down from last year. I think we've had more cash this year than we did last year, which is nice.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm so much more card.
Well, yeah, we've definitely taken more card than cash payments, but I think the percentage shifted a little bit this year from last year is all. Yeah, I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, I did
It's a 3-to-1 pretty much.
That's what mine is almost 3-to-1.
So yeah, I've paid $7,500 this year to Square in credit card fees.
Oh shit! Now I gotta look at mine because I think I'm pretty darn close to that.
No way. Really?
We're gonna find out.
And that's on $250,000 in card payments.
Yeah, so I forgot I did a sorry, I forget things. I did a wedding on Saturday. It was for 200 people, but there were 3 other food trucks. So there was us, there was a taco truck. And I'll get your opinion on it. This could be a good topic probably. So it was us, it was a taco truck, a loaded fry truck, and a sushi truck. We're all to open at 5 and serve till 7.
Okay.
We were all told to cook for 75 people.
Okay. What was the guest count?
Either 200 or 250, something like that.
Okay.
Outdoor wedding. It was about mid-50s. They opened the trucks at 5, but the bridal party didn't get done with their photos until 6. It's kind of weird, but anyway. So she paid my invoice, gave me a nice tip. I appreciated it. But I'm finding out from the taco truck and from the fry truck that they billed her for like 75 portions. Whatever it was 75 portions.
Okay.
And they hold on. And they I'm at 3,700 in square feet at 178,000.
Yeah.
Or
So
122,000 in card sales.
yeah, so we're paying the same rate. It looks like.
But next time my guy calls, I'll give him your number. He can call you. Anyway, so so I didn't bill per portion. I just said it was $18 a person, and this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're billing per person because he said he did. The fry guy came over, and that's the name of the truck is the fry guy. Nice fellow. Came over and said, she's like, how many did you do? I said, I think we're at like 103, 104 or whatever. He's like, wow, I've done just at 102, 103. So she's going to get my bill, or she won't be happy when she gets my bill. I'm like, thinking to myself, like, what'd you do? Like, how did you, it's like, oh, we made more, or I did more, cooked more fries. So we did more than the 75 than she told me. I'm like, but okay. So I'm thinking to myself, if mine was so I charged her 1,900 for 75 people basically.
Before you got there.
Before I got there. I haven't charged her anything extra.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it.
Yeah, she paid her invoice ahead of time. She's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine if the other 3 trucks was the same, this lady paid $8,000 for food.
I don't think the fry guy charged her $18 a person.
He does loaded fries, so there was meat on top of his fries. I don't know. I think he's
But
charging $8.
I don't. Do you really think he's smoking pork over there? Or do you think he picked up a 5-pound thing of pulled pork from GFS and then he's putting that on top of fries?
Oh yeah, because we talked about barbecue too, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I want to do barbecue, but I don't know how to do it yet." Am I wrong?
I'd be shocked if he was charging 18 a person. But he probably didn't bill her ahead.
No, he said he charged. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, maybe that's true.
So maybe he did a deposit with her and then said, all right, here's the minimum.
Yeah.
You're going to get charged for 75 people minimum at this rate. And then anything over. And that's what I would have done. I would have done it as a minimum because you just lost out on 30 people, 30 people of sales.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess.
And that's what I would have done. I would have just done it as a tab like we do for any of our corporate stuff that they pay. I would have said, here's your minimum balance. And then just run a tab for whatever people ordered and then give her the tab at the end. And then she'd have an itemized amount so she doesn't feel like she's getting screwed. But
yeah, I've tried that. Maybe I just haven't done it right. Anyway, this was actually the first wedding I booked when I first started this last year. So it was almost a year. Yeah. November 11th is when I booked her wedding. And I mean, cool lady, cool family, but it was just, I don't know. All right. Yeah. I guess now I understand what he was saying, but the sushi truck opened a half hour late. And he was the second one there. I was there at 3.
Hey, it's a hard thing preparing all that non-cooked food.
It's like, why do you open late? Like you were the second one there. You showed up for a 5 p.m. service. You showed up at 3:30 and you're still not done yet.
It was Long Duck Dong's first day.
It was definitely 2 non-Asian people running that truck or running that trailer.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then the taco truck was 2 Latino people. Nice people.
I had a sushi truck.
A Susie?
A sushi truck. In my thought processes of a truck I would want. I think it was more just so I could eat sushi all the time.
You would eat your profits?
Probably. But I thought it'd be I think it's a cool concept. But I mean, yeah, you definitely got to have, if you're going to do a daily setup with that, you've got to have the right spots.
And you got to be damn good at sushi too.
Yeah.
Like it can't be 2 white folk sushi. It's gotta be full-fledged.
Well, we run into that with barbecue too. So, I mean,
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's you have to have your really good stuff.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as you made money, Skippy, and you were happy with the way that you build, then
Yeah, it was good.
don't worry about how everybody else built her,
No, I know. I guess when I heard it, to me, like I almost heard greed, like not business. And it's probably the other way around. It's not greedy, it's business.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I mean,
But
yeah.
again, I'm looking at my dollar amounts and what I had into it versus what they had into it or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's totally different. I really think.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, charging someone for 75 and having another 30 people that you're feeding.
Yeah. Yeah, there has to be business involved. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah. So you just fed 30 people for free.
But then here's the thing is, okay, so yeah, so you're saying run a minimum. So do you ever exceed your minimum?
Yeah.
And then you just
they get the bill for whatever it is. Yeah. Either way, at the end of the service, they're getting a bill. It's either going to be for the minimum or it's going to be for whatever's over it.
What happens how do you take off a prepayment?
Like a deposit.
Like you sent her an invoice. She paid $1,000 towards her $2,000 minimum.
Right. So I just deduct it mentally from their bill. So when you run a tab, especially when you get to like 100 and some people, like you generally have to run 2 separate tabs at that point.
Yeah.
Square will start to really, really slow down trying to add that much to a single ticket. So by the end of the night, I mean, depending on what kind of receipt they want, if they want it itemized or whatever, we're just going to clear it all out and do a custom amount on one item and then charge it that way.
So I asked my Square rep how to do it, because whenever I ran a minimum, I'm like, okay, well, if they paid the minimum already and I'm $50 over, how do I show that tab and then take off what they've already paid? So if it came out to 2,050 and they already paid 2,000 and they want that, tab. And he basically told me, so what I did was I comped or discounted what they've already paid and did a little invoice payment thing, not charge, but invoice payment deduction. But now it shows that my refunds on my Square.
Yeah, it shows in your refund / discounts.
Yeah. So and
it shows double sale. So you got that because you got it from your invoice that you sent her that she paid.
Yeah. So I have a high gross and a lower net.
Yeah.
Because in my discounts and comps, it's in there. So he said that's a fine way to do it as long as you know your own accounting.
Yep.
So
it doesn't look like you're cooking the books.
I can't cook books.
You can do it exactly that, but
I'm my own bookie.
I know exactly. I know. I mean, it's not an issue for as long as you know your own accounting and you're good. But
yeah,
I mean, once you hire a CPA at some point when you grow the business.
I talked more about that 5-year plan this year.
Yeah.
Or over the last month, I've talked more about it.
Well, so back to before we got off on this wild tangent.
Oh, so no, it was a topic. So it was a small topic.
We'll call it whatever. It's a tangent. The bills that we have to pay through the winter and all that.
Yes.
So there's really two options, and that's you use the money that you accrued through the year of business and work through that throughout the winter, or you would develop alternative lines of income.
Okay. We starting an OnlyFans account?
Yes. I have been cleared. Only pictures of my feet, though.
You can start being a foot pimp. Yeah. Get all sorts of people on there.
She says as long as it means she doesn't have to go to work anymore, I can take all the pictures of my feet I want.
All right.
So if anybody's interested, look out for that.
Phone calls keep coming.
Please stop.
Anyway.
Please stop.
Anyway, so alternative lines of income. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm always thinking, but
it's dangerous.
What are you doing over there?
I'm gonna grab something.
Stop reaching into the fire.
You burned your head 6 times so far.
Yeah, no, the wrong way.
Anyway, alternative lines.
That's why I'm so rosy.
I told that would have been a great way to put the Ghost Rider picture up right over your face. Anyway, so
yeah, I mean, I'm curious what other trucks do, if that's a thing that they do. For me, trying to build that merchandising side of things and grow the brand that way. Also, this amazing podcast, which I know is not a huge revenue stream currently, but I think we're both hopeful that over time, as listenership and viewership grows.
Did you not drop today's yet?
It should have. Yeah, I mean, those just looking for, alternate passive lines of income, just to kind of help pay the bills, and Lord willing, some of that stuff takes off and you can have real money out of it, and not just some play money, but we'll take play money any day.
Right.
Or just bill money. Yeah. Money's money and we're happy to have it. But so yeah, we've talked about our best week ever on the last podcast that we had for listenership. And that's 86 downloads, I think, of podcasts, which isn't a ton. I think we're just now hovering at 500 total since we started 13 weeks ago.
Yeah, so go download it, whether you listen to it or not. It's up to you. Just please go download it.
Just go download it.
Yeah, it takes a second. You got Wi-Fi. Come on.
But yeah, I mean, you have to be patient. And now the YouTube channel is starting to go, and we'll get some content added there and stuff. I mean, all these things have potential to earn some income, but they're not quick. And I think anybody starting a podcast or a YouTube channel needs to really realize that, and needs to be extraordinarily patient. And it's a year thing. It's a 2-year thing before this stuff can catch on,
For sure.
You got YouTube guys out there that these guys making 7-figure. No one's making millions. No, I'm not going to say no one. 99% of people aren't going to make $1 million on YouTube.
The 1% that have somehow gotten the following. Those are the buku buckeyes.
Well, and they were making videos for 2 years.
Yeah.
Kind of slowly built something. And then they had one video that kind of got them on the map, or YouTube saw it and made it a preferred video or whatever. And then it really takes off. But yeah, for the most part, it takes a long time for this stuff to get traction. And it's
look at Malcolm Reed, How to Barbecue Right. He's had his website out. I remember when I started in 2012, doing competitions, or even just cooking barbecue in the backyard. He was one of the first websites I went to.
Yeah.
But the guy has his own, I've had the chance to meet him in, I think, 2015. Nicest guy in the world.
Well, that's gonna be perfect. Yeah, whining dogs.
Sure. Every time I talk, please hold. Josh talks. Oh goodness.
I'm not going with you. Judas Priest. All right, sorry. Back to your Malcolm Reed story.
So, but he is now, over the last couple of years, really developed an online following. He's got, I get emails about his YouTube videos. He has his own podcast now. Big on TikTok, to the point where I don't know if he ever has to work again, but it looks like he's just doing content, and that's all he's doing, is just doing. And he thrives into it to do. And Heath built a huge outdoor kitchen really just for content creation. Mm-hmm. Nice guy too. So all these swine life, all these people are having their barbecue YouTube pages so they can do cooking videos, or I think Chris Schaefer and Rob, what the hell's his last name? Steele, maybe. From they do all that for 6 Pieces barbecue podcast. Never heard of it?
No.
Chris Schaefer from Heavy Smoke.
Yeah,
he just won the Jack. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations.
But they have, I don't know. They just talk about barbecue competitions and judging, and they have somebody on they'll ask questions for. But it's so inconsistent on when they record and when they drop and things like that. It's not. You really got to be able to make that content and to be devoted to making that content every day. And it can almost be like another job.
Well, it is. And if you're looking to make money at it, and it has to be. You can't. Yeah.
Are you on TikTok, Josh?
Huh?
Is Sweet Racks on TikTok? Yeah.
We haven't posted since 2020, but we're there. It's I'd like to say that I don't have the time to do it, but that's not it. It's I'm not well versed enough in the platform to post knowledgeably. I'm comfortable in Facebook. I've been using Facebook for 20 years. It is my most comfortable platform, which is why I use it often, and it works well for what we do. Instagram is harder for me now to post there almost, because I'm just copying the content because it posts to both places at the same time now that Facebook owns it, which is not ideal, because you want to curtail your content to each platform.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the same. I mean, yeah, you're not looking. People that go to the two different things aren't looking for the same things. Otherwise, they would just go to one.
Yeah.
So getting to that level where I really have the time to devote to it would be nice. It'd be nice to devote a lot of time to the YouTube channel, or a lot of time to building the TikTok following. It's not that I don't have time. I don't have the energy to do it. The free time that I have, or the time that we have on the truck that's downtime, it's nice to have a little bit of downtime.
Yeah. For me, it's whenever I get the idea to do something else comes up and I just forget about the idea.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, the downtime is, I mean, I have more days off than you, but my days off are filled with just doing other stuff around our never ending house projects.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always something to fill the time. And for me right now,
social media, I wish I could get more on there. I want more followers. I want more of a broad spectrum. That's why we went to Battle Creek this week. I think in the off season, I'm going to concentrate on north and west areas, and try to just expand our reach. But
you said Facebook likes. You want more Facebook likes. I had thought about this a few weeks ago, and I keep forgetting about it. And I'm glad you brought it up to remind me. Where are you at right now, Skippy? Do you know? Do you have your number?
13 and some change. 1,300.
1,300 and some change. And I am at 82 and some change. All right. How about we have ourselves a little like off? Let's see who can get to a milestone first. Now, I know that I have an advantage because of my existing following. Make sense?
You do.
So in theory, if we have our people share things, then I would have a leg up on you because I have more of those potential shares, right?
You're like a 4-to-1.
All right. So we're gonna have to figure out what the winner gets on this. Notifications. Why
the loser has to work on under the other person on their truck.
Ugh, okay. Well, you already do that for me all the time.
Oh, your wife just commented on the post.
Oh, on what post?
The one you just did about it didn't go to Facebook.
Well, she liked it. She didn't comment.
No, she liked it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just saw it funny coming across, and you said this might be the one that she listens to.
She does a really good job of liking and sharing posts of mine and ours. So,
invaluable resource.
Yes. All right. I'm having a heck of a time. They moved some stuff around in here, and I can't seem to find it anymore. Okay. So, why? Oh, Facebook. So they have different numbers now in different places. So I can't see our actual number of likes. I can only see the page followers because they changed some wording and phrasing.
Well, so all right. So I guess that's the number I'm talking about is page followers.
So Facebook page followers. So I'm at 8469.
And I'm at 13 and some change. 13.
You're 600 and something away from 2,000.
Something like that.
And I am 1,531 away from 10,000. Do you think I can get to 10 before you can get to 2?
Well, that would hurt. I'm at 1325. Sorry.
So 675. You need 675 and I need 1,500. So I would have to gain at just over 2-1 on you.
Well, okay. So what's the standard of play here?
You can't buy at likes.
Oh, some bitch.
You can do an ad. You can do an ad for likes on Facebook. That's fine. But I know there are places on the web that you can actually buy likes.
Yeah, I know.
For really cheap.
I just did an ad and I completely fucked it up and not getting 0 engagements on it.
Well, yeah, I had another problem with Facebook because when they'd made a whole bunch of changes to their shit, I had a continuous ad going, just a promotion of the business. Apparently got turned off. It hasn't been running in like 2 months. I've had it running for 2 years and it just got shut off. And I'm not sure why, but so I just restarted that. But so yeah, I mean, ads are fine. Spend as much money as you want on ads. But yeah, you're not allowed to buy likes. And I think it'll be clear if either one of us does, because it'll be a very large jump in a single day. But yeah, you can get like 1 million likes bought for like $150.
I'm telling you, that might be money well spent.
Hold on, no, it's not. Because it's not about the numbers. It's about the quality, Skippy.
Oh, is that how you have fans in Bolivia?
I don't know how the hell that happened, but it is very interesting to see your map and where, like, yeah, it's interesting. I got an Italian one, I think, and some African ones, and yeah, we're very big in Belize. Us and David Hasselhoff.
I would trust him more. All
right. Do we have a gentleman's wager?
We have a gentleman's wager. Loser has to work on the other person's truck.
2,000 for Skippy, 10,000 for me. All right. Hold on. Let me empty out the bank account here real quick.
To buy an ad? You're gonna buy an ad already?
I already, mine was running this morning. I had to redo the one that I thought I had running already.
Yeah, and then changing an existing ad.
No, you can't. Just delete it and then redo it.
That's horrible.
Which is why we stopped doing. So we used to do Facebook events for all our locations.
Yeah.
And on locations that we were at every week, we just make one event with multiple dates. And once you do that, you can't delete one of those dates.
I know.
And it is the dumbest thing ever. So yeah, we ended up, we had all kinds of issues with people thinking we were going to be someplace after we canceled it. So yeah, we stopped doing that. And I'm not going to create 200 different Facebook events for the year. So
yeah. All right, 2,000. We'll call it the 2 and 10 climb.
Ooh, 2 and 10. I like that. That's very catchy.
I should have went in marketing. I'm telling you, I just need to learn how to market my own things. All right, so we got back to
additional revenue streams.
Yeah.
Have you given it any thought, Skippy?
I give it thought every single day because I mean I'm the more money maker in my family.
So what do you come up with? I mean, you talked about you've played around with a rub blend. Are you thinking about maybe trying to get your own line out there? Or?
There's too many people that have done it successfully. That's the only downside. This is when I look at it, there's a lot of competition already out there. I mean, would I do it so my 5-year plan, I think I've mentioned it here before, but I'll mention it again because it just gets more real every time I freaking talk about it, which is good and bad at the same time. But I want to have, so our friend Rich and Mark own the barbecuesuperstore.com, but they don't have a retail spot unless you want to go pick it up, which you can, but it's not a retail store. It's a warehouse. I think I want a retail spot, but I also want a retail spot that has a big enough parking lot where I can have rotating food trucks every week. Like I like to keep the food truck like my own, have somebody work it. I love to have a commercial kitchen inside. I love to do, cooking classes, date nights. They can cook it themselves. Something where, like Williams and Sonoma used to have it.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's a Seinfeld reference popped into my head with Kramer wanting to make your own pizza place.
Oh,
You can't just have people sticking their arms in 400-degree ovens.
I mean, if you look at the fast casual, that's pretty much it, with the exception of they got people making the pizza in front of them, but they still go make their own pizza. No, like I haven't dwelled on the insurance about that sort of place yet, but I love to, when people come up to the truck and ask me about stuff, I love educating people about what we do and what people can do in their backyard. Do I want to take sales away from me? No, but at the end of the day, I want them to be proud of whatever they cook just as much as I'm proud of whatever I serve. So, but I love to have a spot where I can, showcase different kinds of grills, different kinds of, have certain walls that have, like, Thanksgiving's coming up, have a turkey wall, have everything that I would use for it, and then other stuff. I don't know all about the wholesale stuff. That's why it's a 5-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the end of the day, if I can find a retail spot that's got a decent enough parking lot and a decent enough foot traffic, I think that would be the goal for winters going forward, because that'd be the only thing that I could put that without not having to, put my truck through a trailer through harsh winters and freezing lines and all that sort of stuff. But and every time I talk about it, it just seems like it gets 0.5% more real. Like I'm looking at buildings all the time and seeing what's out there, and do I dive into it, or is it still the 5-year plan? So as good as I'm doing now, or at least as good as I think I'm doing now, it just is like, if I jump in, am I going to be successful with it? Going back to, you're never going to be 100% ready.
Yeah, and I don't want to dissuade you.
Dissuade.
Is
that a word?
Slow, methodical.
Oh, I know. Oh,
I would say one of the biggest pitfalls of a lot of restaurants and other things is trying to grow too fast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And getting outside of your comfortable risk level is pretty easy to do when things are going great. So, and I'm not saying that they're not going to always be great, but I've been not really looking for, but I always have my eyes open for the right piece of property, for, and you and I are kind of in the same spot where it'd be nice to have a commissary type building with a piece of property that you could also use as a mini food truck court, where you can not only have yours, but then a rotating guest list of other food trucks, and still have, use that commissary as a walk-up takeout type place, and maybe even some limited indoor seating and retail and all that other stuff. So I think that's a good vision, and I think that's a solid way to go. I think it's a good 5-year outlook.
Thanks.
Next year it can be a 4-year outlook.
Yeah, once it gets to that.
You're a real estate guy.
Oh,
you know what's coming.
Oh, I get it. Oh, for sure. You'll be able to get a building rent free for a year just to lease it out.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
We have there's an Arby's by me that's becoming available for lease in February for 30 a square foot for the year, which turns out to be about $4,700 a month.
Well, they had, so they're gonna have a sign that says they had the meats.
That'd be good to have on the reader board. We have the meats now.
New place of the meats.
Yeah.
I get asked by a buddy of mine. He's like, okay, when you do food truck rallies or food truck events with other food trucks, do you go try other stuff? I'm like, no, because we're always busy.
Yeah.
There might be times where I'll go, seek something out, but I'd like to be busy, and but I also like, I've worked for, how do I say this without sounding too egotistical? I'm humble in the progress I've made so far. I'm a realist to know that it could all end. You know, majority of restaurants that open, and I still classify us as a restaurant, majority of restaurants that open close in the first year. And I definitely don't want to be I don't want to be a negative statistic. If I'm going to be a statistic, it's always always want to be positive. But I have a friend who does a burger truck, and he's looking at restaurants. He's looking at places where he can do a drive-through. And I'm like, then you got all sorts of stuff. You got overhead. You got everything that you have to deal with that you really don't have to deal with now. And are you ready for that? Like, is that something that you're ready to put? Like, you cancel days now just to cancel them. You can't cancel a restaurant. I mean, you can, but it's not a good look. And I don't want to be that guy.
I don't think any food truck should even consider moving into a building until they have been profitable or near profitable for 5 years. If you're still open after your 5th season, then now you got something. You've made it past the dreaded 5-year mark for any restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point you're down to 5 to 10% open. 5 to 10 make it 5 years or whatever it is. It's a small number.
Yeah.
Like I'm eternally grateful that we're closing in on the end of our 3rd full-time season. So, I mean, it's been touch and go, and we actually, yeah, I mean, the thought's always been there, and I've always kind of been on the lookout, and the thought was, well, if I see it the right place, maybe. But I'm glad it hasn't happened, because the extra strain, I don't know that it would have worked out. So
yeah, it's more.
It's very easy for me to be patient right now, because I mean, we're finally settling into good,
Mm-hmm. And the trailer's going to be paid off soon.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good step to have done. Yeah, 3 more payments. So, yeah, and then just figuring out how we operate in the normal world. We're kind of the opposite of all the trucks that were around before COVID, at least for us. We opened inside of COVID, which became our normal. Like we went in just trying to find spots to set up that we could find people. Everybody else already had their routines and were comfortable in what they were doing. Had to figure out how to pivot into COVID. And now now that we're back to normal events and normal community outings and stuff like that, they're just back to what they were doing before. That's a very comfortable space for them. We're trying to figure out how to get into that, because a lot of these community food truck Fridays or whatever, the smaller ones, they already had their list of trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even seeing this stuff posted.
Yeah.
Like, we're that far out of that group. So it's us inserting ourselves into those conversations and figuring out how to do that. So, I mean, we're back to learning day one stuff for us.
So
next year.
Let me ask you this: if you had it to start all over again,
I wouldn't.
Right. So you and I started in 2 different ways. Well, at least I assume we started in 2 different ways. I was looking for places that had people. It seems like you were looking for places to set up, like on a more regular basis. At least that's what. Did you lose an ankle there?
I left the slider open for him a little bit. They both came leaping through the gap.
Oh yeah,
charging in here, and now they're back outside.
Of course.
Apparently, he needed to tell me about something.
What are you zapping their shot collar or something?
No, it's a sonic.
Oh,
so it's just noise. It works pretty good.
It gets them to quiet her down.
Yeah, but yeah, it has a light on it too, which is just annoying.
Anyway, so I think. So did you open up that way? Like, you were looking for places that you could set up regularly?
No.
Okay, so you were looking for anywhere that would allow you to post.
Yeah, in 2019, when we were doing weekends, it was anybody that would allow us on the property. And then 2020 was we were searching for people because everything was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anybody that would let us on their property.
When did you start finding your regular spots or searching for regular spots where you set up on the same day every week, no matter what?
I don't know that we ever really sought that out actively. It just kind of happened. Like we found spots that we consistently did well at, and just kept going back.
Okay.
And then it just kind of became a fixture on the next year's schedule. Like we usually killed it here or had a pretty good day here, or at least a pretty good lunch here. So let's just pencil it in on the schedule. As long as they're good with it, we're good with it. Yeah, we only have a couple of those, really. I mean, our lunch spot on Tuesday, Wiseman's on Fridays, and then we're always in Newaygo. But so outside of that, though, I mean, the schedule changes. I mean, we have 30 different spots that get rotated in and out. But
I gotcha. All right. Well, that kills that.
But yeah, I mean, we have a new place that we've never been to this week. A new brewery that we've never been to. So
what happened to that farmer's market that you did at the end of last year?
Farmer's market we did at the end of last year. Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Oh. Well,
we've not had the best.
That was classic. That was great.
It happens all the fucking time.
That's so good. You talk dog talks. That's awesome.
We've not had great success on our last day of services. They tend to be some of our worst of the year for whatever reason. Because
you were posting that you were sold out at this place a lot.
Oh, no. This was a different one.
It was a farmer's market.
So it was a different farm that we went to because they were going to do some vendors and stuff and do a Halloween event. So we went down there for that. Yeah, it was awful. I think we saw like 10 people.
No, there was one that it was. Shame this on you. No, there was I could have swore there was like a fall place that you set up like September and October. Sundays.
Oh yeah, I mean that one. Yeah, Deep Roots. We didn't go back there this year. It's a good place. It's a further drive.
Oh, now
we moved. There's so many of these farms in this area that do the hay rides and self-pit pumpkins and corn mazes, and there's just so many of them in the area. That, I mean, all things equal, I'd rather drive 5 minutes to one than 30 minutes to one.
But are they equal?
Was made. It's weird. It's so weird. So the new place has probably 5 times as many people there during the day.
Okay.
But less sales.
Exactly. So why not go back? Why not go back to the other one?
I will. I mean, well, I'm not going to say I will, but it's in consideration.
Okay.
I mean, this new place, I think we've 3 times is all we're there this year.
Wow.
Just because we've had other stuff going on. So, all things, and it's free to go there outside of 4 employee meals versus $100 to go to the other place.
We did our Flavor Fruit Farms, one of them this month, and everybody was busy. The tap, they do hard ciders and have a couple IPAs on tap too. But we had one of the tap girls come down and come to our truck and say, "Hey, we'll give you a growler if you give us like 2 meals." Like, done. But I thought it was pretty cool that they actually came to our truck because we didn't see them go to anybody else. They came right to us.
Yeah,
that was also the end of the food that we had. I had 2 people in line. I'm like, well, they got mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of them. I mean, there was probably 4,000 people there the last time we were there. It's a shit ton of people.
But nobody wants to eat.
Yeah, and it's lunchtime, so I mean, we talked about that before. It's weird. And
what are your hours there?
11 to 4. So
Do they promote you?
I don't think they promote them having food trucks on site very well.
Do they promote, like, do they have a good social media
Oh yeah,
presence themselves?
yeah. But I don't think they don't do a great job of posting themselves, let alone other things. So,
Okay.
But we never got advertised at the other place either. We didn't need it. I mean, that was also in that Caledonia area where we left, where we had people knew us. So we're also still in a new area, trying to gain ground in a new area. And so, but I mean, it's been okay. I mean, we've gotten a catering gig for next year out of being at the new place. It's fine. It's fine for the next 2 weekends.
I had somebody email me and said, I had your mac and cheese at the last event you were at, and I've been obsessing about it. Can you drop off, or can we pick up a full pan of mac and cheese? I'm like,
Absolutely.
Sure, no problem. So when you got people that want to pick up food from you,
Mhm.
And they want to do it before you open, do you allow them to?
It depends on how early.
So if I'm not, if I was, so I was booked at this wedding.
Mhm.
So you got somebody who at a wedding, right? You have them come to your house if somebody else wants to buy something from you.
I've had somebody pick stuff up from my house before. Yes.
Okay.
I typically will not do extra food on a day that we are doing weddings. Everything's focused on the wedding and getting that food out. I won't cook extra. I won't do special orders on those days unless, so like if we have a Saturday wedding and someone wanted food for Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're willing to pick it up cold and reheat it themselves, then I'll allow it, because I won't cook it. It'll be cooked Friday and then it'll be in the fridge. So
Yeah.
So that's fine. And I'll do that. But I'm not cooking extra additional food on a day we have a wedding, just because there's too much other focus going on everything else, making sure that we nail these weddings. But I don't want to do that. I don't want the extra pressure and focus on anything else. So
Yeah, I get it. I just had, I've had people ask that they just come to my house to pick it up, and I'm like, I'm not 100% sure if that's okay. I mean, you can see the barbecue trailer anywhere, but
right.
I met him. It was like 30-minute drive, so I met him there, dropped it off to him. They gave me a $10 tip. That's nice of him.
Yeah, I don't have a huge deal with it usually. It depends if it's a regular customer or not. If it was just a new person that just emailed us, I probably wouldn't. But my address is listed on our Facebook anyways.
Oh, all right.
As our business address. So it's the house address. So
anybody
that wants to find us can find us pretty dang easily.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting murdered, I'm going to get murdered.
Just kidding.
Well, yeah, it was a good talk today. It was a good conversation. I think it was a little flighty in the head, but I think we got to some good points at least.
Yeah. It's all about having fun.
Absolutely.
We'll be more prepared next week. Mm-hmm.
Skippy at Facebook, PB&J's of Michigan on the Facebook. He's trying to get to 2,000 likes. You can find me at Sweet Racks Barbecue on Facebook. We're trying to
make Josh work on. I've worked on Josh's trailer before. He's a hard ass.
That's right. Skippy does not want to do that, which means he thinks he can beat me. So,
I mean, what's 300 likes? Come on, 675. We can get there.
I thought you needed like 600.
675 or 575.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. To my 1,600 or 1,500. Yeah. I think I'm going to regret this decision.
Yes, you are.
All right. And then, of course, MMFT guys for the Monday Morning Food Truck on Facebook. Plus, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, which has the unedited version of this conversation.
Including dog barking and light pinching.
If only I could edit that out of the audio, that would be great.
Because you guys have to see when he talks and that dog barks, it's like ventriloquism. Except there's no paw of somebody's butt. Anyway.
And then, yes, and the Sweet Rack SmokingButts.com website, the merch store section for those coffee mugs and more stuff coming soon, I promise. Anything else, Skippy?
Order today, get it someday. Someday.
Yeah. All right.
See you
Have
guys.
a good day, Skippy. I love you, buddy. Talk to you soon.